Hi friends, today I'm going to show you how to make warm fuzzies. Remember, warm fuzzies start out as a pom-pom on a yarn necklace. They are very simple to make, and the whole reason that we make warm fuzzies is to spread kindness. Throughout the day, if someone does something that makes you happy, or you feel kindness towards someone else, or you feel gratitude towards them, you take part of your pom-pom, part of your warm fuzzy off, and you give it to the person who made you feel warm and fuzzy, and you explain to them why. Thank you for being such a fantastic teacher. I feel like I can really ask questions and learn in your class. Or thank you for always being the person who tells me that I make you feel good. That makes me feel good. So you make me feel warm fuzzy, so here's a warm fuzzy for you. And remember, as soon as you get a warm fuzzy, you tie it to your necklace. So as your pom-pom, as your warm fuzzy gets smaller, your necklace, your warm fuzzy necklace, gets warmer and fuzzier because you are getting the compliments, you are getting the kindness, and it's just a really awesome way to spread kindness in our school, and I love that. So, how to make the pom-pom. Words are hard. How to make the pom-pom. You start with whatever yarn you want. This is just a simple ball of yarn that was donated, and you're going to wrap it around your hand. So I'm going to unwrap a little bit to start us off, and I am starting by holding it where the bottom is at the bottom of my hand, okay? If you have I do not have a small hand. If you have a small hand, I want you to spread your fingers out just a little bit, okay? Because whatever the length from top to bottom, because we're going to be wrapping the yarn around, so whatever that length is the length of the warm fuzzy that you're going to be pulling out of your pom-pom. If you have a small hand, or if you only wrap it around 3 fingers, then your warm fuzzy is not going to be that long, and it's going to be extremely difficult to tie it. It's going to be extremely difficult to tie it onto your warm fuzzy necklace. Okay, so I'm taking it, I'm starting right here. There we go. And I'm going to spend a moment and I'm going to just wrap around my hand. The more times you wrap the warm fuzzy around your hand, the warmer and fuzzier your pom-pom is going to be. So if you only do it a few times like this, I did this about 15 times. If you only do it a few times, then you're going to have a very small warm fuzzy. And we want to be able to spread a lot of kindness at our school. So we want a lot of strings in our warm fuzzy. I want you to count how many times I say warm fuzzy in this video. So I'm going to wrap about 30, 35 times until I have a nice thick loop. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to very carefully cut at the bottom of my hand. So it's not super long. Where is it? There we go. So it's not super long past. It's okay if it's a little bit past, but we don't want the tail hanging way down here. Okay. Now I'm going to take my other hand. I'm going to pinch the loops and I'm just going to slide it off my hand. Exactly like that. Okay. So you can still see the loop around. Yes. Cool. Now I'm just going to put that down for a second. Taking again my ball of yarn, I'm going to take a little bit of space off, or a little bit of string off, and I'm going to measure out where I want the necklace to be. So I want my necklace to stand, there we go. I want my necklace to be about where my warm fuzzy is now, right? We don't want it super long, and we definitely don't want it super short. So I've got there-ish, and err on the side of longer than shorter, okay? So I have my nice sized necklace yarn. Put the ball over here. I'm going to find the middle, and I recommend putting this on the table, but if I put it on the table, then you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to hold it up. So I have my loop of yarn, which is going to become our pom-pom, and I have the middle of our necklace string. I'm going to place the middle of our necklace string just right on top. Now, if I were doing this on a table, let me see if I can, hold on. Ooh, this is dangerous. Yee. All right. Okay, So I've got it on the table right here. I'm going to take this is the middle still. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to push it down and then pick up the ball. I'm going to wrap one string around one time, and then the other string I'm going to wrap around the other way. Okay? Let me show you that one more time. So I've got the ball of yarn, or I've got the loop right there on my table ready. There we go. I've got the middle of my string. I'm putting the middle of my string just directly on top of the loop. I'm picking everything up together. And you see how I've got the strings in different hands? With one hand, I'm going to wrap around one way, and the other hand, I'm going to wrap around the other way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot, just like when you start to tie your shoes. Okay? Woo! We fell. Ha-ha! I'm good. We're good. It's good. Okay. So just like when you start to tie your shoes, and got the knot, and I'm going to tie it tight. Okay? If you feel like you're not tying it tight enough, do 2 knots. One more. Boop. All right? So you have the beginning of your pom-pom, but you don't really have a necklace. So you need to take the ends and tie them together. Okay? Just like you did for the pom-pom and just like you tie your shoes, you're going to make an X. Yes. Okay, make an X. Loop it around. There we go. So I've got the first knot, but that's not going to hold. So I'm going to double knot it. I'm using my middle fingers to be able to manipulate the yarn, and I'm bringing it back up, and I'm doing another X, tuck into the center. So now I have 2 knots, one down here and one up here. And I'm just going to pull the yarn and bring them together. It's okay if this has extra around the knots, it's fine. Just pull and make sure that it's not going to come undone. Okay, so now you've done the hardest parts. You have wrapped around your fingers, you have made the necklace, you've tied it in the middle, and it's really important that this is nice and tight in the middle, because as people are pulling out their string for their warm fuzzies, it's going to get a lot looser, and we don't want it so loose that the entire pom-pom is going to fall apart. And then the last thing that you do is you take your trusty scissors again, and then I hope you can see in here, like you can see where it's looped over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to put them through that loop, and I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to floof. And as I floof, I realize, uh-oh, I didn't get all of them, and that's fine. So take your scissors, cut again, and floof. Your pom-pom is half done. Now do the same thing to the other side. So scissors in, go through as many times as you need to. And then floof out your warm fuzzy. And there you go. Now when someone compliments you or you want to compliment someone, you just pull one of the strings out of your warm fuzzy and you say, "Thank you so much for being such a wonderful friend. You make my life better." Be good people, make good choices. Go Vikings.